my name is James, this is Nigel. This is completely unexpected. We removed close to 500 kilograms of rubbish.
We're just trying to revegetate the front of the dunes to stop the erosion, moving back and putting natural species in.
If you just concentrate on clearing small spots, hopefully we'll make an impact.
The Beach Carriers Dune Regeneration Works, which is our soft engineering. So what we do as a group, we are funded by City of Gold Coast. We use volunteers to come to beaches that are important for the community, but also identified as areas which need dune regenerations. There's no native dunes here, so the coast has been highly developed. All the dune sites here on the Gold Coast are regenerated. We get groups of volunteers, community, school groups, residents, university, international. So a huge range of people come down here and actually put in their time to participate to do these works. Number one, we remove any types of rubbish we find on the beaches. So we find that rubbish and human impacts have a great effect on some of the stability here on the beach. Generally speaking, if you have a higher volume of people through dune sites, you'll tend to find a higher volume of rubbish, and that in fact is directly related to a negative impact on the dune. The next thing we do is, right now you can see there's a group of people actually weeding. So we remove any type of invasive species here on the coast. And the main reason for that is if you look at any type of natural resource management, a large majority of the expenditure actually goes towards weed removal. So we do our best using manual labour techniques, and as you can see here, it's just using our hands, digging stuff out. We try to avoid using chemicals and sprays, and the reason why is because we do have a lot of community groups who do participate. You know, they do take on an ownership, I suppose, of certain beaches, and they want to see those beaches as natural as possible, and by being as natural as possible it means not actually using any types of chemical sprays. We find most of our weeds as introduced species, the reason why we get rid of them is they're very competitive. They outcompete our natives. They will take over a whole area, and the other thing they do is they will also introduce certain other pest species into that environment. So we try our best to remove as much as we can. And over the years, with community efforts and planting natives, it's really turned around. The council gets behind us as well, so once that area is well established, you'll see fences go in, and if anyone goes into Rainbow Bay today, that's a great example of what can happen with a community group coming together to make a positive change on a dune site. Planting our natives, these species are endemic to this area. This is where our dunes are quite unique. We've got some really robust species here that can take, they need to be able to survive these harsh conditions. We're talking high salt environments, high wind, low fresh water. And we also planted close to 4,000 plants. 360 of those were cuttings, which is one of the best things about these environments.
The animals have grown and evolved eating a certain type of plant life, and when you introduce all the different species that aren't necessarily natural to the area, it does change the whole ecosystem.
Crabs are a species which are an indicator species. You can determine the health of the system by the amount of crabs you have in that environment. And the reason why is because they're great at nutrient recycling. They go through all the decaying material, all the organic material, and they recycle it. So if we have a lot of crab holes in a dune, we're pretty confident to say that it's a very healthy dune.
This is blue heliotrope, this one here. Even though it's purple, it's called blue. You might come across that, I did see a couple. This one's called painted spurge. So you can see that's probably only not even a year old, that one. Does anyone recognise this one at all? This one here is Ceratro. So weeds really do make a massive impact, or have a massive impact on our coastal dunes.
We are doing mainly measurement of the dune. So we are measuring like the main variables of the dune, like vegetation, as well like human impact, the fauna that is present in it, in the dune, and as well like the measurement of the slope of the dune. With this kind of measure, we just try to assess how it is the dune and how is the health of it. And we just try to compare this data with historical data from the past, and that's it, trying to see how it is the development of it.